Yoda Soda Creations podcast, group of friends search on the news and see about the recent living parts from Portlandia.
So that's going on. Okay, cool. Yeah, I got nothing going on right now at the moment. Yeah, basically, like, as far as like non-standard weekends go, I don't really like a lot from work, and then August for the convention. But yeah, for Landia, that sounds like it's gonna be pretty. That sounds like it's pretty eventful. So yeah, the past. Okay, let it not be said that this was not a productive week, because I got in several. I got in like 2 Pokemon streams of like 2.5 hours ish each. So I got 10 episodes in the bank for the future. Huzzah! Already edited, currently being uploaded. So yay! I also did a couple more Final Fantasy XIV streams. Like I did day number 4 today. So slowly working through that. Currently playing a Conjurer or a White Mage. But I may switch over to like a Black Mage or a Summoner at some point. I do know that, however, my next stream will be all about like unlocking all the various jobs or classes or whatever from the current I'm in before I have to move on to a different one. Yeah, that's been pretty cool. So, work was basically normal. A bit busy the first couple days, so Friday. Today, I just, like I said, I did a Final Fantasy XIV stream. I actually decided to go and get pizza for dinner tonight. Because like they had a coupon going on. It's like, yeah, it's like 5 or so topping pan pizza with some Parmesan bread bites. It's only like $15. To be fair, it helps when it's within walking distance. So you save a lot of money on delivery that way. But yeah. Ooh, I got my Iron Mouse plush in the mail. That was cool. But yeah, it's like, I want to say I'm getting close to the end of. Okay, I shouldn't say getting close to the end of Pokemon Diamond, but I am like 7 badges in, and I just beat the Team Galactic headquarters, or at least, okay. I'm skeptical if this is actually the actual Team Galactic headquarters, or if it's like, oh, this isn't actually our actual base. This is just like the base before the actual base. You know? But I think another thing about Cyrus has the red chain, so he's probably gonna do his thing next. So I think I am getting towards the end game here. And rocking like a level 56, 57 Infernape as like my only properly leveled Pokemon. I mean, to be fair, this strategy hasn't failed me thus far. Although I do find Infernape's moveset to be a bit lacking at points, because, oh crap, how am I gonna manage to defeat Garchomp with this? It's like, he can punch, and he can flame. He ain't do much more than that. I do know that at some point I'll upgrade my flame wheel to a flare blitz. It's like, yeah, I take recoil damage, but whatever. I can give him a shell bell or something. But yeah. Honestly, in this case, I probably will end up power leveling some other Pokemon just to have like a backup plan. But primarily, I'm going through this game blind. Like, I don't know what Pokemon anyone has, what gym types anyone is. Okay, to be fair, it was a pretty easy guess that the Snow Point City gym leader was an ice type leader. I mean, it was basically a dead giveaway there. But Cantina, it's like, I didn't guess that she was gonna be a ghost type leader. It's like her whole vibe was giving more psychic type vibes. So I was a little bit surprised when she pulled out ghost types. Now, usually I wouldn't be so much surprised because the other trainers would actually, show off what type of gym usually has. I say usually because there have been some really weird teams in some of these gyms. It's like, oh, this is a steel gym, but we got like an Onyx and other non-steel type Pokemon. It's like, what are you people doing here? But with the Art Home Gym, it's kind of like Blaine's Gym in Gen 1, where it's like basically a quiz thing where if you get the correct answer, you don't actually have to fight, except in this case, you can't fight because there's no actual trainer if you get the answer right, because it's a whole math puzzle door thing, as opposed to with separate loading zones instead of like, oh yeah, just open up a door further into this same room. So I just wanted to get the answers right the first time around, so it's like as a result I didn't actually fight any of the other trainers in this gym. Which is funny because usually I go out of my way to fight all the trainers in the gym, but it's like, okay, first time around, I'm doing this properly. Because, like I said, blind playthrough, right? It's like, everyone's experiencing this with me. I'm like, I don't know what's gonna happen, and that's the point. I'm there to find out. Except Cynthia, I do know about Cynthia. Oh, or at least I know at least a couple of her Pokemon. Like I'm pretty sure she has like a Spiritomb, a Gastrodon, and Garchomp. I was gonna say she has a Togekiss, either Togekiss or Togetic. I forget which one was which, but I think that isn't until Platinum version when I kind of revamped the teams a bit. Other than that, I have no clue. I'm gonna keep it that way. Yeah, that's basically what I've been up to. Also did a Dollar Tree run along with the bagel run because like I felt like getting out, grabbing myself a bagel and a half off treat and getting myself an energy drink for the stream. Yeah, I actually have Mountain Dew Kickstart Pineapple Orange Mango. Like oh wow, they still make these things. But yeah, that was basically my week. Pretty productive, and yeah, next week I'll see about getting a few more Pokemon streams in. At the very least, I'll try to get one in. Like, as long as I can get a week's worth of episodes in at least once a week, I can stay ahead of everything. Because, oh boy, yeah, August is gonna be interesting. It's like between work weekends, being away for a convention, being away because someone else is at a convention. Ooh. That. Okay, yeah, that weekend I'll see what I can do. Like, I'll work something out. Anyway, yeah, that's basically it. Also, think I worked out like the kinks in the whole new earbud system. Haven't had any issues so far after last week. And like aside from the occasional bit of ear itch, they've been working out pretty great. But yeah, that's looking around. I don't see anything else Okay. Yeah, that was my week. So, how's your week been going, and how's Finlandia so far?
Okay. So I went. Pretty well just plans for the day. The usual. Getting on from a shape choice, as well as did I usually go? So this case, I was trying to make for any points I missed. kitchens. Got a little bit of my seasonal watch list and I'm out. Outline plans for release this weekend. Towards books and household. And let's go to transition. Probably taking things a little bit slow in terms of choose a game. Towards Thursday course, which involved a few things. Shift to Thursday as well as my prep packing towards coming down here and look at the things.
Okay.
Right. Okay, wait, which one is kind of to make sure the butts. So let me just give myself perhaps 2 appointment lists. There was yesterday, which go to their conventions to post their schedules online following a certain year, as the dynamics to work. That makes no sense that the much like some of the things are possibly in the game, things really didn't kick off until later in the afternoon and springtime. So like with most applications, getting down here was just already train right to the once I have the river, then I'll play running to the other side. Some time before I write the new equipment, but this is becoming such a great. Turned out pretty well. Managed chicken and get a bit of extra prior to going pretty rich. So let's pick out a program book and such. Like I said, hopefully 3 minutes was a lot later than most others, so save it for a bit until that happened, and then after it's still a bit of exploring as well as for Susan's photograph. And afterwards, I grabbed dinner and then came back up to set up for the night. Let's take care of some stuff as well as the time myself out of good time this morning. Got the sheets. To work point.
Oh, yeah.
Surprisingly managed to finish it with time spare to shower, get dressed for the day, as well as prep whatever articles were needed for the events today, which included the first parade. It was a bit of fun in terms of negotiations and finding ways around it and such. And of course, just been trying to pick out which ones were worth pictures. Bit of a last minute surprise, but pleasant one. I found out that they're hosting a couple of voice actors at this convention, so after the parade, I headed towards the autographs area.
Nice.
That's something where the feature challenge they were submitting second floor, or they just in case you need to do that if it's pizza making, though it wasn't this time around, but it's always good to clear options and that went pretty well. Might try their hot dogs tomorrow. Just really not that much of interest afterwards, so came back up, got some more rests, whatever couldn't have been made, at least, and by the time I woke up, it was dinner time, so I headed towards the area, which is pretty well. The chicken is pretty well from the chicken head to the burger hand today. Obviously, swims of Earth. That's something they would have put my interest in the show and that thing. basically some of this. Real thing for just a little more, and possibly by the time it towards the real hair center for my traditional visits. Also want to where did I get that? Nights. I guess there. Games are as well as science. Then of course, because it's over to the back. But yeah, the experience has been rather interesting. So like my next course to anime at comic conventions, several aspects, and pursuits of bits of graphic opportunities, and yeah, of course I'll be looking at this one for next year as well. And for peeking to the pre-show, I actually made through some new equipment. Portable Blu-ray/DVD player. So it's lately for years since I music video at least 2 decades ago, and not sure how I'll use it for descriptions, but I must purchase it for a unrelated events. Relation to a club recently joined. successful operating session, Smith. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty useful, I feel.
Hey.
Funnily enough, some things are popping in my interest of future purchase, including possibility of running two people I know that might be interested.
Okay. So, continuing on with, I guess, our look at older pony episodes. Today, on a very special episode of My Little Pony, Spike struggles with gift addiction. Alternatively, on this episode of Hoarders. I could probably keep going, but yeah, so it's Twilight's, organizing the library, doing the usual thing, and Bag's messing around. But like, he's just excited because his birthday is coming up, and he has this awesome ruby he's been saving up to eat for his birthday dinner. So anyway, Verdi shows up to help Twilight around and to help her out with the organizing and everything. And she sees the ruby, it's like, ooh. And starts making sad pouty faces at like, knowing that he likes her. And like, basically, he more or less manipulates him into just giving her the ruby. It's like, I mean, she does appreciate it, and she does thank him. It's like, this is the most generous thing anyone's ever done for me. But it's like, lady, he literally told you he was saving this for his birthday dinner, and you're like, oh, pouty face. oh, I wish I could have that. Like, seriously? Yeah, it's like, okay, there are fans that do ship the two. On the other hand, when she's acting like this, I can see why the ship has its, let's just say people who are against it. Because, yeah, starting off very not really in a great light here. But, okay, he gave away the ruby. She really appreciates it and kisses him on the cheek. It's like, I'm never gonna wash this. Okay, you're never gonna watch this. Twilight, on the other hand, has other ideas. Mind you, I believe that's like a week later on his actual birthday. Yeah, his face was filthy. But yeah, birthday party, and like everyone shows up and gives some gifts. It's like, oh, huh, actual gifts. This is new. Usually, I just get a book. To be fair, he was living with Twilight, so I mean, wait, oh, hold that thought. So presumably Spike was living with Twilight for a while now. Now she hatched Spike during the exams, and we know Spike was with Twilight when she was still in Counterlot, when she was still friends with like the group that will learn about. Well, we already know about them, but it wasn't really like important at the time. But like, you would think like maybe one of them would have maybe given Spike a gift. Then again, that would rely on writers actually remembering, like, oh yeah, they actually had friends back in Canterlot. Well, I mean, there was Twilight's friends, but you would think that, friends by association and whatnot, But I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. This is still season 2, so they haven't exactly worked all this stuff out yet. But it's like, oh wow, gift, cool. And he's all like, oh yeah, Mr. and Mrs. Cake has something for you too. So Spike runs off, and it's like, hey guys, and then, hey, we heard it was your birthday, so we're trying something different, a sapphire cupcake. You were literally the only one who could actually eat this. Please take this off our hands. This is expensive, and we literally cannot sell the thing. Please eat it. Not actually, but I, it's a bakery that made a gemstone encrusted cupcake. I mean, what else can you do with it? So like he enjoys it, but he runs into Charlie. It's like, oh wow, you seem to be in a hurry. Yes, yeah, it's my birthday. It's like, oh, happy birthday. I don't have anything to give to you. You know what? Here, have this hat. It's like, neat. Wait. If I tell people it's my birthday, they'll give me things. Which, fair, up to a point. I mean, Charlie didn't need to give him anything, but she did it anyway. So he starts going around, it's like, hey, you random bystander, it's my birthday, give me things. So he gets a ball and tries to get some flowers until, Twilight shows up and whacks him on the head. Like, seriously? I give you alone for 2 seconds and this is what you're up to. So like, oh darn, yeah, sorry, I don't know what came over me. I'll not do that again. With yeah, morning he lied. The next morning, I had a horrible night's sleep. wakes up and yeah, Spike is buried in a whole pile of stuff he somehow acquired the previous day, and also yeah, I had a bit of a growth spurt. So it's like, okay, yeah, this is weird. Okay, first off, Spike, bad, no swiping. Two, stop grabbing at things. Three, pay attention. So yeah, apparently, greed-based growth spurts also give you ADD. So good to know. But yeah, he's very grabby in the sense that, ooh, thing, I want thing. So Twilight takes back to a doctor. That's like, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. This is a dragon. Why did you bring a dragon, doctor? So she takes him to the vet. Which, okay, if Spike was in his right mind, possibly could feel a little bit demeaning to him, but to be fair, the doctor would normally be used to dealing with ponies, so whatever. But okay, yeah, I have the vet's like, I have no idea, and actually, it's a recurring thing for a while that, yeah, for the most parts, ponies don't know much about anything about dragons. So Violet goes to Zikora. It's like, okay, yeah, dragon greed. This is a bit of an issue. If this gets out of control, he'll continue growing, grabbing more stuff, growing even further. And it's like, overall, kind of a bad situation. They look up. Spike is left and taking all of Zikora's stuff with him. Anyway, back in town, Spike's trying to take Scooter to Scooter, but thankfully Twilight distracts him with a broom. But yeah, anyway, stuff happens. Twilight has to rally the group. She and Applejack try to lasso him, but he ducks at the right moment, then they end up tied to a tree. Rainbow Dash promptly laughs at them for this. Yeah, this as is standard for Rainbow Dash. But yeah, stuff escalates from there. Fluttershy gets scared into a tree, like, oh no, a dragon! That was Spike. That was Spike? And then Pinkie Pie is being harassed, and she's throwing. She's not throwing cakes at him. She's assaulting him with cakes. Point is, he's eating a lot of cakes out of this. And then, what else? Right, Rarity. By this point, Spike is big. Like, big. So, yeah, he can see into Rarity's window and sees her, and decides to take a page out of the comic book and yoinks her. And okay, so Ponyville has a kaiju problem right now. This is bad, especially since this is season 2 Ponyville, and they haven't quite gotten used to this kind of thing yet. Like season 5 Ponyville, they got this thing. They have a whole playbook by that point. Season 2, not so much. But yeah, they had to try to rescue Rarity, and the Wonderbolts show up and probably get trapped. Your taxpayers' money at work here, people. This is what you're paying for. Things aren't looking good. But Rarity starts ranting at Spike. She didn't know it's Spike despite the same coloration, but whatever. I mean, one could say good on her for not assuming it's the same dragon just because they have the same colors. So whatever. Anyway, uh, yeah, she starts ranting at Spike, and Spike sees the gemstone that she's wearing that he gave her, and he starts to remember. And it's like, oh, oh, yeah, that did. Yeah, probably shouldn't have been doing this stuff. And Spike's back to normal. Spike is back to normal now. And following. And unfortunately, we're about 6 seasons too early for Spike to have wings. Thankfully, they're rescued. It's all good. Aside from the massive property damage throughout the town, which no doubt Spike is still paying off years later. Either that or he had it built as Celestia. That is entirely possible that that's what happened. Um, yeah, so Spike writes Celestia. It's like, yeah, giving gifts is nice. Giving gifts is better. Like, yeah. Don't be greedy. Yeah, and the episode ends with like everything presumably back to normal. Rarity kisses him on the cheek again, and this time he frames it. Only for it to be washed off again a week later by Twilight. Yeah, the decent episode. We get we get a little bit more dragon lore going on here. It's just a little bit, but it's still anything this one helps. Our next dragon lore drop wouldn't be until I think later season 2, when
Yeah.
I think it was season 2, with the whole dragon migration thing, and that's why you got PV, which was then probably forgotten by the writers, and then what was written off later, like, oh yeah, he went back to his parents, and yeah, that was a whole thing that happened off camera, but also dragons are jerks, which they expanded on that later, like, okay, still generally dragons are kind of jerks, but there's more to them than that. But at minimum, dragons are pretty rough around the edges. Decent episode. Yeah.
Wouldn't be surprised if the end of this episode actually leads to one of the plot points for the last roundup. When there was an attempt to gather funds to fix Town Hall. And it's things turning to a better way, so that means. No, we're going for some regards to Dragon Jedi. That we're going to use partially for certain article 5, even though that was more of a John reference. And then there was, of course, the comic stories that popped up. So I guess especially when I was wondering at the points. Just have to be around attitude change where it was going. It's surprising how many more times the veterinarian would pop up over time as I can remember her season 7 appearances. Maybe a few in later seasons. Basically, Strange just come out of later Christmas too, about earlier.
Alrighty then.
Good use of this season for the suction curve. Shooting wisdoms, temperatures come into play, and some other systems are supposed to be available later on in terms of and of course with benefits of it for effective different marks. From the characters, so this of course one of the things being used to later as fireworks. Of course, classic hydrotrops got used in later parts of the episode, including, well, not just Japanese ones, also the American ones, weirdly enough.
Yeah. And I'm still trying to this person have the kind of existing by some of the certain ones are still debated on as of these days. I'm still going to be a bit more leaning towards certain creation by a certain person starter who just recently was announced for free. Ah, yes. Now, that was a surprise. I mean, like, let's face it, they haven't exactly had a lot of announcements for Everfree. So for something like this to happen, it's like, oh wow, huh.
Actually, I was more interested in the Gen 5 person they got, but So, like I mentioned, that the possible numbers are going to raise again because of a an appearance has been yeah, 7 years since we last saw her in a convention of sorts.
Yep. Yeah.
But if I got this one off my back. Can be some fun ones, can be some ones to try and figure out their question, but of course this one is with these classic sets. You know, find ways to have fun.
What do you think? The sheet and the Assortment Anime News Network. I'll pull up the other website later. Jackson says the delivery driver once told him his Hobbit trilogy was crap. But he just looks at me at the door and says, "Hey there, you're that fellow that made Lord of the Rings, aren't you? Lord of the Rings was great, man. That was a fantastic film." I said, "Yeah, oh, thanks." He turns back to the van and says, "Oh, they should have got you to make those Hobbit movies because they were crap." This way, I just roll my eyes and say, "Yeah, tell me about it, mate." It's been like one movie shorter. I'm just saying. Miley Cyrus received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Got an exclusive clip from Rick and Morty Season 9, releasing May 24th. That is tomorrow night. Okay, cool. Also got a first look at Absolute Clayface from the Absolute Batman universe. Okay. Tom Hardy has been fired from Mobland and won't return for season 3. He allegedly clashed with the producers after being consistently late to set and attempting to give notes and change dialogue on the series. Really? Dude. Anyway, Dave Filoni says there will be infinite possibilities for the types of Star Wars stories they can tell under his leadership. Quote, I'm looking forward to bringing a lot of these ideas and visions to the fans. Everything is proceeding as I have foreseen it. Zach Cracker talks about the mixed reaction by video game fans to his Resident Evil film. But there are so many people that clearly want the video game, meaning the character and story from the video game. Anything different than that is really not welcome. But if I did that, I don't think I'd be creatively fulfilled, and I don't even think that they would enjoy it. That is a fair stance to take, because, I mean, let's face it, video game fans are a fickle bunch, especially when it comes to movie adaptations. Like, you can either try to please them or try to please a general audience. Very rarely can you do both. Not to say that it's impossible, but yeah, you walk a very fine line doing so. You get the first trailer for Victorian Psycho starring Micah Monroe. The film follows an eccentric governess who takes care of children in a remote Gothic manner whilst hiding her psychopathic tendencies. In theaters later this year. Take-Two has reaffirmed that GTA 6 will release on November 19th. Marketing is expected to begin this summer. Okay, so 2027. I know they mean this year, but I have expected there to be like some other last-minute delay that happens. Mr. Nolan's The Odyssey has a runtime of 2 hours 52 minutes. It is Nolan's second longest film ever. If they made it any longer, they would be legally obligated to allow a 15-minute bathroom break.
I believe in the old days they were called intermissions.
Let's all go to the lobby. Yeah. The movie based on the Choose Your Own Adventure books is in the works. Matt Bettinelli Open and Tyler Glatt are set to direct. Just like the Choose Your Own Adventure book type as a whole, because that could go a lot of ways. Okay, so new castings for the Life is Strange TV series have been revealed. Tom Cullen as Mark Jefferson, Laisha Haley as Chloe's mother, Raul Castillo as Chloe's stepfather, and Owen Teague as Frank Bowers, whatever.
I'm expecting something similar to Clue in that you have to switch theaters for it to get a different ending.
That could be interesting. But the first look at these Scary Movie 6 popcorn buckets, they're shaped like bongs. You know what? That tracks. That is Scary Movie. Let's first look at the Painted Lady and Blue Spirit in Avatar The Last Airbender Season 2, as well as Wan Shi Tong. AKA the big freaking mystical owl. Like, do not F with the librarian.
Here's my question, though. Did they get Hector back, or did they, at the very least, get Mark Hamill?
Ooh, good question. Let me look at the post. It doesn't actually say, but okay, I'm kind of seeing it. It's a bit dark. I mean, given that it's maybe could work. Again, it depends on who voices the character. Apparently, there's a Black Adam Easter egg in the new Lego Batman game. Quote: the hierarchy of power in Gotham is about to change. No, it really isn't. Got the first of the fairy godmother. Yeah. Okay, let's try this again. Got a first look at the fairy godmother in Snaps, voiced by Bette Midler. Cool. The film follows Cinderella's evil stepsisters, who are actually depicted as kind and misunderstood, releasing later this year on Netflix. Marvel announces Amazing Spider-Man number 1000, a milestone issue with a main story by Joe Kelly and Pepe Larraz, coming this September. The issue will feature additional stories from Bendis, Romita Jr., Miller, Momoko, Imogen, Slott, Mateus, Gleason, Martin, and Holly. And like, so supposedly it's going to be like this big event that changes everything. It's like, at this point, it's like, the change is probably not going to be good, especially for Peter. Like, for all we know, like, oh yeah, Paul is back from the dead, and something, really anything involving Paul. I mean, they did kill him off recently, but yeah. Okay, I say kill him off, but this is comics we're talking about. Death is cheap. Then again, they could also just say that Paul's just some other Peter Parker clone or something, just like, shifted, Like, at this point, I wouldn't put it past them. See, it was really Peter screwing Peter over this whole time. Typical Parker luck. I admit it, they would totally do that. Oh. Stars Betty Boop in a new film. The film, made in collaboration with the creator's grandson, would follow the original and would follow the origin and evolution of Betty Boop through the POV of her creator, Max Fleischer. Okay, that's different. Like, exploration of the character. I mean, to be fair, like, the evolution of the character only goes so so far, because I feel like Betty Boop kind of fell out of fashion fairly quick and didn't really hang out. Didn't really wasn't really much of a thing past a certain point in time. I mean, people know the character, but not really used. An open world Lord of the Rings RPG game is officially in the works, developed by Warhorse Studios, the group behind Kingdom Come Deliverance. Oh, also, new Batman skin in Fortnite. As I suppose. Um, and first look at There's No Place Like Home Snoopy. The short fellow Snoopy is devastated when his beloved doghouse is accidentally sold at a yard sale. Premiering July 31st on Apple TV. Oh, cool.
We're learning, but this is not the first time this has happened. Or something like this has happened. Over the course of that Flint incident, that became a motion comic, interestingly enough. And of course, there was that one time his house was burnt down and had to be rebuilt.
Yeah.
So,
New season of South Park will go continue.
So, doing some kind of classical that is sticking to the roots.
Yeah. New season of South Park will premiere on September 16th. The Powerpuff Girls creator Craig McCracken has released a tribute to the late Tom Kane. Quote, I grew up without a dad, so it was important to me that the girls had the best one I could give them, and that was Tom.
Mad respect.
Yeah. Frank Welker and Matthew Lillard will return as Scooby and Shaggy in the Scooby-Doo anime series, coming soon to Tubi. Transformers the movie will begin in a 4K theatrical re-release to celebrate the film's 40th anniversary and to traumatize a brand new generation of children. Notably, it will not be a double feature with Grave of the Fireflies. Then again, that's typically paired with My Neighbor Totoro, so yeah. Gotta first look at Guy Gardner in Lanterns, as well as Hal Jordan in his Green Lantern suit. The first poster for Adventure Time Side Quests. The series is a prequel that follows Finn's early childhood on monster fighting adventures with Jake, releasing June 29th on Hulu. Okay, so I've got some parody posters for Scary Movie 6, including The Substance, Get Out, Backrooms, and Weapons. Nicolas Cage says he suggested shooting Spider-Man Noir in color because teenagers don't have much experience with black and white. Quote, the dream is they watch it in color and then check it out in black and white, learn something and go, hey, I want to see some of these movie references. And then they just open a treasure trove of great American cinema. Okay, that's understandable. Like, get the initial interest in, then when they look at the other version, it's like, oh hey, that's okay. I want to check out what that's referencing, and just make this whole rabbit hole thing go deeper. Major Pascal surprises fans at Disneyland by appearing in costume as the Mandalorian. Quote, now you all have to die as you have seen my face. Damn it, Pedro, that's Anakin's job. He's the one who's supposed to slay the younglings. Seth Rogen called out people who post AI slop. Quote, every time I see a video that's like, Hollywood is cooked, what follows is like the most stupid dog shit I've ever seen in my life. James Cameron says he wants to make the next two Avatar films in about half the time for 2/3 of the cost. Quote, we're going to be looking at some new technology to try to do them more efficiently, because they're hideously expensive and take a long time. He's not AI. For the love of God, not AI.
This is Cameron we're talking about, the same guy that did cautionary tales about AI.
At the same time, half the time, 2/3 of the cost of new technologies, it just means a couple of alarm bells, you know? But like, hopefully he has a proper idea on what to do for this, and will, you know, put out a good, proper product.
It is fair, there are directors that will occasionally get lost in certain things, but again, this is a guy that's pretty much already told the tale, so I think he has a better grasp than some others might.
Yeah. So, casting director Nina Gold says the next James Bond actor must ooze sex appeal. She is also looking for someone young enough to play him in 3, 4 or more pictures, which, okay, that's understandable. Like, you want your plan to last a good long time. Like, honestly, 4 films should be like at least the minimum amount we get out of James Bond. Like, yeah, I think Pierce Brosnan had like 4 films. Daniel Craig had, I believe, okay, Casino Royale, Quantum of Solace, Skyfall, Spectre, and No Time to Die. Yeah, 5. Mind you, not all of them are good films, but that's not his fault. Okay, James Franco has been cast in the Rambo prequel film alongside Noah Centineo. This is Franco's first major studio film in years after allegations over sexual misconduct made by 5 women in 2018. Anyway, moving on from that, the Amazing Digital Circus creator Goosework says she knows that people are upset about her response after the series finale got leaked. Quote, I kind of just wanted to make a cartoon, and it ended up being way more trouble than it's worth. I really just can't keep my heart in this thing anymore. It's gotten too much bigger than me, and I probably shouldn't be the figurehead of it. I mean, it's kind of sad, like, that does happen when, like, you start off, like, trying to make something simple, and it just, like, blows up, and it's, like, everyone's talking about it, being this, like, huge phenomenon, like, and then suddenly it's just, like, it's not really your thing anymore.
I think she now should be. I think she now should be lucky if they managed to keep in their short periods and not cave into the more season demand.
Yeah. I mean, at least it does seem like, I guess, it was like, at least it ended where it was meant to end. Like, I think, like, maybe it was always meant to be like an 8-episode thing. I don't know, but yeah, or nine episode. Whatever. Point is, it played out its run. It's done, or it'll be done once it actually properly premieres in theaters and online. You get the idea. Point is, it ran its course. It told a complete story, and yeah, time to move on to the next thing. Okay, Cheddar Creator CH Greenblatt says Cartoon Network asked them to pitch a reboot for a younger audience, but they did not have the money to make it. Quote, I imagine it so that instead of a catering company, Cheddar went to a culinary school with Panini and Gorgonzola. All the other familiar faces are faculty there, but the stories focus more on the 3 kids getting into trouble. Wait, like, the Cartoon Network was like, okay, pitch us a younger audience reboot. What that you need money for that? Screw that. Like, okay, U2's unveils Total Drama Island collection on May 29. At I didn't see that one coming. Apparently, Cozy Glow is also now available from Symbiote Studios. Seriously, Cozy Glow. We have an official Cozy Glow plush. Okay, let me just. Okay, what ponies do they have? What ponies don't they have? Okay, so the Symbiote Studios plushes, they currently have Cadence, Luna, Celestia, Cozy Glow, Izzy, Rainbow Dash, Fluttershy, Pinkie Pie, Twilight, Rarity, Derpy, Final Scratch, page 2, Starlight Glimmer, Celestia, Luna, the Cutie Mark Crusaders plush, Sweetie Drops, aka Bon Bon, Trixie, Sunset Shimmer, Cheese Sandwich, Fluttershy with Angel, Sunburst, Discord, Derpy with Muffin, also sitting. Okay, sitting versions of others, Human Twilight, Shining Armor, Human Sunset. Okay, so wait, hold. Hold the phone here. Where the hell is Spike? seriously, Spike's been there since day one. Like, what the hell? I mean, they've already proven they can do other shapes, given the fact that they've done humans. It's like, is a baby dragon that much more difficult? Who else? Who else could they have added by this point? Hmm. Parentheses, they would they did Cozy Glow before any of the Student 6. Cozy Glow bribed them, didn't they? Or didn't she? That's the only explanation for this.
Mm. Must have done popularity again.
Hey. It's not Chrysalis either. And I know Chrysalis is popular.
Yeah, someone I was wondering when. Yeah, someone I was wondering. Not going to be long before kind of a Kia comes out of Cozy.
Possibly. Wait, no. If Code Kia could... Wait. Yeah, I don't think they've done Cutie Mark Crusaders yet, so if they were going to do any of the younger characters, it would probably be the Cutie Mark Crusaders first.
Okay, fair.
Actually, I'm actually still waiting on my notification for Chrysalis shipping out. Then again, it varies depending on like who you buy it from, and I tried to buy it from a different vendor because by the time I actually bought them, Chrysalis was already sold out on the main side, so I had to go to a different vendor. It's like it was a whole thing. Anyway, anime news, yay! Okay, so Miss Ishiki wants to know about Miss Ishiki wants to know about Love Anime's teaser unveils cast and January 2027 debut. Guy said Entertainment to stream, produce English dub for Go Forward anime series. And when Nagawa's Would You Like to Be a Tanuki manga gets a TV anime. Bleach, Thousand Year Blood War, the Calamity anime presents main trailer. Emily, He's Behind You. Anime reveals ending song artist in the new teaser video. I became a legend after my 10-year-long Last Stand anime reveals ending theme song artist. Damon of the Shadow Realm anime adds 2 cast members. And if you don't know what that one is, that's the newest anime by the creator of Full Metal Alchemist. Basically, if any of the character designs look familiar, that's why. She recycles a lot of her character designs. Oh, apparently, according to a former executive, Square Enix needs to modernize its IP. New Black Flag Racing content adds 6 hours of gameplay.
Well, people
have
joked that Square can be kind of behind the times.
There. Our CEO explains why the brand avoids live service game model. Yeah. I mean, it would also be nice if they actually gave us some more games. Ubisoft has reduced its headcount by over 1,000 employees in the last year. Are they trying to make the list again? Okay, PlayStation is exploring the revival of older IPs, supposedly. The Atari CEO wants the company to become the best retro brand, which, to be fair, would work because Atari is an older company. Like, oh yeah, Atari, whatever the number was, like it's known as like, okay, they were like they're way back when in the game industry, so they are known to be pretty retro. Bungie ends Destiny 2 live service era with a final update. McDonald's Japan reveals Mega Man collaboration. Including a parody of the I Can't Beat Airman music video. Deaf Crocodile to release Frankenstein Legend of Terror anime with new 4K restoration. Yeah, apparently Hawaii brought it out as an anime special in 1981. It's like, okay, I've never heard of Deaf Crocodile before. I might have to check them out. That one. Rich Girl Caretaker TV anime reveals July 4th debut, promo video, and more cast. Eccentric Doctor of the Moonflower Kingdom manga gets a TV anime. But what's wrong with getting Born as a Goblin anime unveils former cast members? Pokemon anime short about Postal Service Dragonite streams in English. Actually on the official Pokemon YouTube channel, Dragonite and the Special Delivery. And as was briefly mentioned before, TV licenses the Yokoso Scooby-Doo anime by OLM. Well, that would be interesting. Don't know how to feel about that one, but we'll see. Alright then, going to my other website, though I'm not sure how much stuff is going to be whatever.
Interesting thing I'm going to tell you, even though I heard the title of these stars before. Never noticed it was an anime until certain points today. So, yeah. It is possible that Furlandia might bring in some other anime VAs in the future.
Just like page one, I'm already finding stuff that's like, wait, what? Yeah, apparently there's going to be a crossover between Detective Conan and Star Detective Precure, with Conan appearing in Precure and Cure Ads appearing in Detective Conan. It's like, what? I mean, obviously this is not a canon event. This is totally like anime only filler. But it's like, okay, this is different. Mind you, Detective Conan is no standard crossover. It's already crossed over with Loop on the Third twice. one's as a TV special, one's as a movie. But yeah, magical girl genre. Okay, sure. Hmm. Yes, House of Assurance has been canceled by Stars after one season. The Yu-Gi-Oh manga has celebrated its 30th anniversary. Yeah, apparently they're introducing a collection of black and white manga artwork variants of iconic cards.
1st of June. They're going to be long enough until the 2026 Scufflander season begins.
Oh no. So, I don't know if you've heard of a studio called The Asylum. They tend to make like knockoff, low budget knockoffs of other films. So really, we have an official trailer for Master of the Universe. Plus side, in this version, there's no Jared Leto.
It's like the guy can't catch a break with quote-unquote villain ruinations.
Yeah. Square Enix has removed the demos for the Kingdom Hearts Cloud editions from the US and Japanese Switch eShop. Would it be possible that they might be working on an actual proper port for Switch 2? Only time will tell.
Of course, a bigger claim to infamy a bigger claim of infamy, if to a sound's case, would have been on Sharknado phenomenon.
Yep. Yeah, this is interesting. And it's local. Well, relatively local. So, apparently the Spyro statue displayed at E3 2000 to promote Spyro Year the Dragon has been found in an abandoned gas station in Oregon. I know, right? Like, what is it doing at a gas station in Oregon? But apparently it still looks pretty good, despite being, like, 26 years old. Like, one could say that that statue is in better condition than the actual franchise. Jason Voorhees is finally joining Dead by Daylight on June 16th. Yeah, June 16th. Like, wait, June. Is it June? No, it's not June. June is next month. Is June next month? June is next month, yes. What is time? It took like 10 years, but, finally.
Just planted the Holstein Liquor Depot. As I mentioned before, the area transit is finally right for the Andrew Cascades. Looking forward to see those in service pretty soon.
It was announced this week. But, yeah, so, this week, I need to look at it. I don't want to repeat something I said last week. So it's like, okay, MVG, Marvel. Okay, so I believe that was this week. So, Marvel characters can actually now be in Magic the Gathering Arena now. So long story short, when Marvel Snap was a thing, I think that I don't think we got a proper legal agreement to actually use the Marvel characters, in this case Spider-Man characters, in Magic Arena because you don't want to have competing digital card games, So they actually had to make legally distinct versions of the characters for Arena. But since I guess Marvel Snap's dead, yeah, they're allowing Marvel characters back in, so the Spider-Man cards will be coming back into play, and it's just in time for the upcoming Marvel set. So, yay! Legal stuff got worked out. Huzzah! And now, like the old versions of the, they call the set Through the Omen Paths, but now those cards are just going to be like alternate card styles for the Spider-Man cards now. This is interesting. Good news for any Dino Crisis fans out there. Apparently, the franchise sales have jumped to 300,000 thanks to the recent re-releases, which now puts it now at 4.9 million, overtaking Okami.
Gauges are currently recorded second chick from creative condition of both Rich and southwestern Alberta. Highly detailed typical area price of loco on sale at bargains on clearance price. Great always running TVOs. In the friendly town cases of the open we've lost this week. Just recording for his work, aside from Power Girls, he was also apparently in Star Wars, really the race. Just a monkey is possible. Some out of voice like Jim Cummings or Mark Hamill. Anyway, the other losses this week. Screwdriver accomplished. Chris Chapman, 30 Rock. And Pink Floyd member Dick Perry. for the spaces. Then later visit a then later make a official visit, and then hopefully get back before ceremonies. But then of course later will be the of course later will be the return back. Hopefully get attention once I get back home. Of course, we have one more fees to finish business for which stay safe, so I'll get back to pray, and hopefully we will see you next